Welcome once again. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I did say that this is Let's Talk with Lady Gwyn, and once again, it's a show that I do now. Then bringing to you all kinds of topical issues from politics, to social economic issues, to all sorts of issues, and today, so I will be talking to my guests as I usually do, to bring experts, to bring mentors, those who have the expertise, knowledge base, information to help us to develop, to grow. And as I said earlier on, that when it comes to your brand, when it comes to how people perceive you, sometimes our personal branding has a way of affecting our sales and marketing and affecting our brand perception. So sometimes it could also be what we exhume, what we bring out like a perfume, our character, our integrity, all of that. So I decided, okay, so if man is at, I mean, or if life in itself is in totality, of so many different things, and if business is all encompassing so many different areas of our lives, then we should be able to touch upon how people perceive us when we come into a room and when we are dressed. Do we stand out? Does anything about us stand out? Do we speak? Does our personality speak? So you're going to be finding out today, on Let's Talk with Lady Gwyn, on how to erupt from styling rot. So find out what that is, because I don't even know, And my guest is my very dear sister. I met her on Instagram somehow. So somehow, so to say, I met her on Instagram, and she's so beautiful. She's pretty, and she's a mother. She's a wife, and a personal stylist as well. She's worked with lots of incredible people, and so I decided to bring Chinye Amadi-Emina to Let's Talk with Lady Gwyn. So Chinye, hi, how you doing?
Hi, Lady Gwen. I'm fine, thank you. And you?
Very
Finally.
well. Very well. It's too good to have you. Finally, we are doing this after a long time,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Good to be
Right.
here.
Yes. Okay, so if you like to join the conversation, this is what you can do. You can, put in the chat section or in the chat room, your thoughts as we go on and all of that, okay? It will be fantastic to let us know what your thoughts are or your questions are for her as we move along. All right, so let's get into it before IG, usually they give us 60 minutes before it all wraps up. Let's get into it. What is even personal
Okay.
styling all about in the first place?
Can you say that again? I didn't get the question.
What is personal styling all about in the first place?
Okay. All right. So, hi everyone. I'm happy to be here. Lady Gwen, thanks for the opportunity to reach a wider audience, obviously. So, personal styling is you taking responsibility for your style. You started by saying that how you're perceived is very important. So every one of us has that responsibility to own up to and take it's like be in charge of your style pretty much. So personal styling is you taking responsibility of your style and making that your pet project to make sure that whatever it is that you're being perceived as is the kind of vibes you want to send. So for example, you want to send I'm classy, I'm elegant, um, I'm smart kind of vibes, but you're dressing slouchy, you're dressing tired. So that does not align with the kind of vibes you want to send out, right? So personal style helps you to rebrand the kind of perception that you want people to have of you whenever you step out. Because again, style is like the most frequent non-verbal communication that we are engaged with on a daily basis. I walk into a room, before I say hi, you're already judging me, or you're already summarizing my personality just by the way I'm dressed. So if you don't know that your style is selling you or demarketing you in one way or the other, then now is the time
Mm.
to join us live and hear a lot about that. So that's really a summary of what personal style is.
Right. But right. I think it's just so simple the way you put it right there, and I think, it says a lot about us when we come into the room and people can really figure us out, or we just dissolve, into a crowd, into a place. And I think that's one of the
Mm-hmm.
worst things that could ever happen to anybody, where you came, you saw, and you never conquered. You were never mentioned as, oh, that lady is classy. I was at an event, and it wasn't like I was so much dressed or anything, but from the way I work, into the room, my head held high, you know. Someone said to me, "You're so classy." And I was always going to ask, what is that all about? What does it mean for a man or a woman to be referred to as classy?
Okay, so to be referred to as classy, especially because classy is, so you talk to a lot of people just want to go with the line, oh, I want to be classy, I want to be. So again, it's a lot of perception, right? But ideally, to be referred to as classy would mean that you look well put together. You don't look like you just rolled out of bed and stepped out in the morning. You look like you actually put some intention into your looks for that day. So your hair, your makeup, and again, you may not be heavily made up, right? But you just look like there was some intention put into your style that day, and you step into a place and they can actually identify with it. So back to your statement, I remember a couple of times you walk into a supermarket and the doorman is happy to fling the door open for you. You know, we're in Nigeria, so it could be two things. He wants you to drop something in his hand when you're leaving, or he actually is just like, "Ah, this woman looks so put together and so nice. I have to up my game as well." So yeah, you need to be able to differentiate between those two. Sometimes you get to the counter and the lady is like, "Oh, you look so good. I love your hair, or I love your shoes, or I love your bag." This is perception that you have created. And sometimes you may not have even put some thought into it. Maybe you just rolled a bag, picked up one of your bags and walked out. But it means that you put some intention in building that closet. So you don't necessarily have to put so much intention in your daily outfit. You just you've done that in the past. So you bought your bags with intention, you bought your shoes with intention. Anyone you wear
Mm.
just looks classy. So yeah, classic will mean that you have put some intention in coming out that morning and somebody else appreciates it.
Right, fantastic. Okay, so let's get to what we have today. What is that all about? To have, what you say, fashion or styling route, and then let's also have it at the back of our mind that, those that are watching or that might be watching much later, they are, yeah, they consist of both genders. All right. So, please go
Yeah.
ahead.
Okay, so the topic was really just something I know that is a self-starting place when it comes to style, how to erupt from a style rut. I always like to start with definition of terms, so we are going right into defining the terms. So the major terms here are Erupt and Style Rot. Erupt, that one, I'm sure we all understand that. Erupting is to come out, to be seen, to a volcano eruption. Like you come out, I don't want to use explode, but you can get what I'm trying to say. To come out, to be
Very.
seen, to be felt, to, yeah. Then a style rot is a slow and gradual process. A rot is a decay, right? So a style rot is a slow and gradual process of losing fun things that make you look stylish. So of losing the thrill of styling, of losing the fun of styling. It's very gradual. You don't sometimes you don't even see it coming. You wake up in the morning, you're not just feeling excited about getting started on your day. And it starts with your closet. You walk into your closet, everything looks the same or everything looks overwhelming. Maybe it's just cluttered, or you're not seeing anything that triggers you and makes you want to get out that morning. So tomorrow the same, next tomorrow, it's a repeated process. And very soon you start losing yourself, start losing your confidence, and just want to be indoors. Or maybe you even go out, but then your going out is not, like you say, you walk into a room and nobody even gives you a second eye, like, oh, somebody walked in, pretty much like a ghost. You just pass and it's a hi, hello, you're the one initiating those things. Nobody is asking you, hi, how you doing? I love this about you. So those are signs and I'll go right into the signs that will help you identify that you're in a rut. But simply put, a style rut is that slow process of losing the fun things or the thrilling things that make dressing up fun for you.
Okay, so in this part of the world, I think we are not usually conscious of, um, the fun aspect of dressing up. We are just all about, so long as I'm not naked, I'm good to go. All right. People will just say, oh, so long as I don't wear clothes,
Yeah.
I'm just fine. So in other words, it means that we need to put in more effort or intentionality, into how we look, right? Did you hear
Yeah,
me?
we definitely do.
Yeah,
Against that, yes, I did. Can you hear me?
yes, I can. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I was saying that, yes, we definitely do. Okay, we definitely do. We need to put some intention, especially, and what I have noticed is in a lot of cases, some people going through style rots, they don't even realize it. Somebody has to point it out to them. Sometimes it's a life event that brought it about, the birth of a child, the death of a loved one, the loss of something that you held so highly. So it could even be the loss of a job, some sort of depressing incident. And sometimes it doesn't have to be a depressing incident. So it's just overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed. I can't think of my style. That's secondary. I can't pay much attention to that. They will understand. I'm a mom. I have 4 kids. I have a home to take care of. I have a full-time job. All of those things can really be overwhelming, and you place your style as secondary, forgetting that that's your first point of interaction. So a style rot, I would I will give us some examples to how you can identify one, like really really random, and you don't even pay attention to it. You just
Okay,
find out that
Chinye,
you're not happy or you're not
Chinye,
excited to go about your day or dress up and just come.
Chinye, Chinye, hello, can you hear me? Okay, I lost you, or sorry, not lost you. I couldn't hear you. Most part of the things you were saying. All right. I think it's a bit of poor network, maybe with my network or yours. All right. So if you can, I know Ronkegiwa is right there. I've seen Tebi Badru. I've also seen Chiweta. If you Okay, apparently it wasn't me that, who had the poor network. So I was going to ask if you were able to pick what Chinye was saying, or if something was wrong with my network or Chinwe's network, just quickly do me the favor, and just say in the comment section. I really appreciate that. But I actually feel that it must have been Chinwe's network. It was all frozen. I couldn't hear her properly. So I've had to invite her again. Okay, welcome back. I wasn't hearing you properly. It was all frozen.
Oh, I'm sorry
Okay,
about
so
that.
so you were saying something that was quite essential, and I like it because I think at some point in time in my life,
Hmm.
and I think sometimes I still once in a while or sometimes get into that state where I just feel I'm unbothered. I'm not bothered about how I look. I just want to be dressed and I just want to go. You know. Okay, thank you very much, Kemi. Thank you. Okay, I got that. Okay, so and I remember that there was a time, it must have been in 2017 thereabouts. I went into some sort of depression, and it was not a good season for me. And I remember that, sometimes I just wear anything as I see, I just throw clothing, right on. So now that you're talking about it, and I think it still does happen to me where I just feel that I'm not bothered. How do I look? How do I put in my fashion sense or my clothing together? And now you're making me to understand that that is an issue where you do not feel like putting things together or putting some sort of intentionality into how you look. I like to hear that part again.
Yeah, so I think what you said is spot on. It happens to a lot of us. But understanding that it can happen and being aware. So self-awareness is everything, I believe. For the mere fact that I'm aware that it can happen, and then you can also monitor the patterns. So watch the seasons. When is this more likely to happen? Is it when is that time of the month when I'm not feeling energized, or is it when my kids are around and I feel overwhelmed? Or is it month end and then there are so many reports, maybe for those that work, and I want to just wake up, get dressed, and run out of the house. So identifying that, yes, there's something called the style rot, identifying that you have been in that situation before and watching what triggers it, watching out for the patterns is very essential. So once you can do this, you sort of know, oh, this is likely when I will have a style rot, and prepare ahead. And simple ways of preparing ahead, um, pre-plan your outfits. You kind of know what your next Monday is going to look like, except something new jumps on. And maybe at that time is probably when you're not energized to um, figure out what to wear in your closet. Pre-plan your outfits. Pick out what you're going to wear Monday to Friday. Pick out what you're going to wear over the weekend. You know what your weekend routine is about to look like. So it doesn't matter if you're in that state of mind or not. You wake up in the morning, you already have put together something to wear, and you just pick it up and go. So it kind of reduces the pressure or the lack of interest that could come up when it's time to actually get dressed if you pre-plan. So identify the patterns, pre-plan your outfits, and understand that it happens. It's a reality. It can happen to you, or it has even happened to you before.
Oh, fantastic. I like that. But so even as life probably shove us into a certain corner, I get that, we need to have that self-awareness that, okay, things are not as right as they should be, or we're not feeling a certain way, shouldn't we also have, that place where we get to consult with someone and say, you know what, I think I'm in that space where I'm not feeling myself. Could you do this for me? All right. I mean, I remember my last birthday photo shoot. Um, I wasn't even, I didn't even know what to wear. And luckily for me, because I put it out there that, you know what, I don't feel like having a photo shoot. A stylist reached out to me and said, you know what, I would love for you to wear something and I would love for you to do your photo shoot. And I said, send me a style. She never did. All I just saw was the dress was ready, and I
Oh,
said, but why didn't you send it to me? She said, with the way I put out, my my mood out there, she just knew that, if she's going to be asking me or send me photos or do you want this, do you like that? I will definitely say, no, I don't like
no,
this, because I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't
right.
feeling myself. I wasn't feeling anything. So, what is your opinion or perception where in that area we need to involve maybe experts or people, coaches or mentors in that area to step in?
Feel.
It could be for a while.
Okay, so I 100% agree with you on that. I always tease that a stylist is like a therapist. So you talk to her, you have a problem, and then you tell her or him, this is my problem. I will take myself for example. I will ask you questions, and you're almost like, but I paid for a stylist. I didn't pay for a therapist. But I need to get to the bottom of the matter. I need to get to the root cause so I can prefer solutions that are long lasting. A lot of times you feel I'm in a style rut situation. I think I need new clothes. And I'll give a very cool example. So there was this lady I met, and she walked up to me and said, "Oh, I need, you sell clothes, right?" I said, "Well, not exactly, but I can sort that out. What do you need?" She said, "Oh, I don't like the clothes in my closet. I used to work. Now I'm retired, and I just don't like the perception those clothes give to me. I want something to reflect my new lifestyle." So I told her, "Okay, so we're going to start by me having a look at your closet. Even if I can't come in physically, we can do that virtually and stuff like that." And she goes, "No, no, no. I just want you to buy me new clothes." But unfortunately, I won't do that. I won't just buy you new clothes. What if I buy you a clothes that you already have? So I would always start with your closet. I would always start with knowing what you have and who you are, because your closet reveals a whole lot. The moment you walk into a closet, or the moment I can have view of what makes up your closet, it's almost like a therapy session has started. I will start to tell you, or we'll start to exchange, have this conversation that unveils the kind of person that you've been hiding behind. And in most cases, it is not who you want to be. So I couldn't help her at that time. I tried to convince her to do that. I would like to start with your closet. If it's to shop clothes for you, we don't go shopping until we are done exploring what's in there first. So that's my process. I'm not a personal shopper. So I'm not going to just go shop for you. No. I want to know what's in your closet. And then there's still some other work that we'll need to do behind the scenes to know exactly what you need, because what you need may not be, or rather, what you want may not be what you need at that time. So style is really deep. If you follow me on Instagram, I say that a whole lot. Style is deep. It's a lot more than what covers your body. It starts from within, actually. So that's just my long answer, or my long response to that question you have.
Okay, I didn't hear
Can you
that
hear me?
last part.
Oh, okay. I said that's
I
my
didn't hear
long
the last
response.
part.
That's my long response to the question. Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, I hear you now. I hear
Oh
you
yeah.
now.
Okay.
Okay, so I heard you loud and clear. All right, so this is probably another question because we are gradually coming to, that point where we call it a wrap for the day. And that is to say at every point in time as we evolve in life, do we need to have a change of wardrobe at every point in time as we evolve?
Okay, so it depends. Now, if what your existing closet can take you to the next stage, great. But in most cases, your existing closet may or may not be able to take you to the next stage. So I'm going back to signs that show that you're in a style rut. One of them is that you're living in your past. So let's say 3 years ago, let's say I was 22, and now I'm 26, 25. Yeah. And well, 3 years isn't such a long, maybe not such a right time frame. Let's do a 5-year shift. So I was 22, now I'm 27, but I'm dressed up like I'm 18. There isn't that alignment. I'm supposed to be looking. I'm not saying look your age, but something age does for you that you don't even realize. Your body changes. In some cases, if you're among those lucky ones that look the same way for life, then good for you. But something age does to you is your body changes, which you may not be in control of. Your pocket even changes sometimes. So you were earning something way less. Now you're earning a lot better. You were sitting with younger folks, like younger folks in your industry or whatever. Now you're sitting with people whom you want to do business with, people whom you want them to believe that you're actually capable of being handed a project that they can trust you to do it well. So you don't want that misalignment. The style vibes or the vibe you're sending about your style can actually lead to a misalignment. So coming back to your question, yes, so in some cases, if your closet actually has pieces that you can refer to as classics, or if your closet is made up of quality items, then you can transition through stages owning those things. I know so many people have had items in their closet for years and they still look brand new. I was even teasing the other day that I want to have my closet in such a way that I can hand down some of my things to my child, maybe like accessories, like bags and stuff, just because I invested in them. So it's like a heirloom type of thing. So if your closet can transcend through time, if your closet was bought with intention, if you had a lot of classics, if you have a lot of quality, why not? But you will still be adding on a couple of new things just because maybe there's a bigger scope, there's more money to play around with, right? But you don't necessarily have to wipe out your closet, except your closet is really transitional. Like you were really into trends, you were really into things at that particular age. You were stuck in time. Then that's when you probably need to clean out and then get a brand new closet. But if you've been following the rules of shopping, you probably may not. So another thing that helps you to know that you're in a style rut is you look the same way. So maybe and I've worked with someone. She wanted to buy a shirt and she said, buy it in red, blue, and black. And I looked at her, I'm like, no, why do you want to buy the same type of design in several colors? I won't do that. So I had an issue with it because it was a style that was very conspicuous. Maybe you're doing ruffles, feathers, and you want to have it in several colors. If it was a plain classic shirt, or like men do that a lot, and they can pass because they are men, right? But ladies buying a shirt that is so dramatic in like 3 colors, that's I think that's not acceptable. So I tried to convince her that no, we can't do this. That's why you hired me. We are going to buy different colors, but not the same design. So that situation where you wake up and your closet is filled with the same design all through. it looks like Monday to Friday you're wearing a uniform. That's also a style rot situation there that needs to be fixed.
Okay. I'm going to talk about two things. There is also another thing you said. I think I didn't write it down, so I lost that question. It was something about you or alignment. I think
Okay.
style alignment. I was going to ask you to please clarify that. Then secondly, that's hopefully you remember. Then secondly, um, let let me use probably a couple of my sisters or friends as example. Now, I've seen people or women or even men who are in their 40s, their 50s, they are daddies, and some could almost be going into that age or that period where you say they are grandfathers, maybe like in their early 50s or towards their late or mid 40s. And you have such people dressing um, funky. Let me use that word. Is there a problem if I am in my later age in life and I want to dress youthful? Is there a problem about that?
Okay, absolutely not. There's no problem with you being older and wanting to dress youthful. What there's a problem with is, does it work with your body type? Does it work with your lifestyle? So what you're trying to look like, does it work for your body type? So maybe I'll give examples. I love to give examples. So you have gotten to the age where your body type maybe used to be, I wouldn't say an hourglass because that would be a sharp contrast. You had defined waistlines. You could easily get away with some type of styles at a certain age. And then you're 50 now and you want to wear, you don't have those defined waistlines anymore. And you want to wear like a jumpsuit and you look into the mirror, you can obviously see, there's camouflaging. So you can actually camouflage your body to look like you are still 25, even when you're 50. But when you camouflage and it's not working out, but you insist, now that's where there might be a bit of a problem because we are talking about a situation where you're supposed to evolve. Your style is supposed to be evolving with age, with body type, with pocket size, and all sorts of. So there are so many elements that you would factor in to play when your style is evolving. Now, if you're at a certain type of age or a certain age and you want to dress like you're way younger, then either camouflage or make sure you have the body that works for that outfit. So it's really not about wanting to look youthful. There's no hard or fast rule to wanting to look youthful. You can be in a boo-boo and still look youthful, right? It may just have to do with the design of the boo-boo, or it may just have to do with the design of whatever it is that you're wearing. But as long as it would only become attractive when your body type and whatever it is you're putting on whatever it is you're putting on can enhance your body type. Where it becomes unattractive is when it looks like you're forcing, you're just forceful. You just want to look a certain type of way, but you're way past that level or way past that age, and it doesn't look good. So age and style, nothing wrong with trying to look younger when you're a lot older, but make sure that your body type can be enhanced with this style that you want to interpret or that you want to embrace, not just because I want to look like a 25-year-old. I'm going to put on this and put on that. No, that's where the use of a stylist comes in. You can still look very youthful, but not necessarily in clothes that a 25-year-old can get away with.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much for that. All right. So before we take our leave, what would be your maybe your final word? to
Okay.
someone listening out there. Okay?
Okay. All right. So I hope I have some time. I just want to quickly talk about how to actually come out of the style rot situation if you have one going on for you. Now, the first thing is to identify, and with every problem, even when you're sick, you go to the hospital. If you don't know what it is that is wrong with you, yeah, and you don't treat it right. So you have to identify the category that you're in. So we've talked about several types of style rot situations. Maybe for those that have so many clothes in their closet and don't even know which one will work for the day. It's knowledge. You need to know that this is the type, this is the category that I'm in. There's those who have so many, sorry, one design, many colors. That's another category. There's those who just have clothes that don't enhance their body type or that don't bring out their confidence. That's another category. So you need to identify the category first off. When you identify, then you can start to prefer solutions. So I always say the next thing to do is to reinvent yourself. And reinventing yourself means you asking those questions. What, who am I trying to, who am I trying to portray myself to be? And we go back to your 3 words. Most times I say pick 3 words. Um, any 3 words that you just think you want to be interpreted as. So it could be elegant, chic, sophisticated, or whatever. So whatever 3 words you're picking, right? You're working to reinvent yourself to be that person. Okay. So we talked about identifying the category that you're in. The next is reinventing yourself. The third one is to clean out your closet. We earlier talked about how your closet can be a revelation of truths. So you go in there by yourself or you use the help of a stylist to clean out your closet. But I always recommend if you're doing it by yourself, have a friend with you so that you can be objective because our closets are also a very emotional part of our lives. Sometimes people give you gifts that that interpret some form of affection. So you don't do it objectively if you're doing it by yourself. Sometimes you bought something and it just reminds you of a particular time in your life when things were
Let me
good.
let me say this. Let
You
me
have
say
an
this.
experience. Okay.
Yes, in fact, I think quite a lot of experiences on this. But there was a particular one. I was working at Moment with Mo at that time as a producer,
Okay.
and we were going to premiere the show Moment with Mo. And my ex at that time, you know, he he got me this dress, quite expensive. I bought it on Allen Avenue at Ikeja. And it was from one of the biggest stores, clothing stores. It was expensive at that time, you can imagine. And when I wore this dress, oh my word, I was like a princess, who came out at night.
That feeling.
And as I grew, because
Hmm.
something I'm saying was way back, as I grew, I started adding weight. I have lots of tendency to be big, but I'm not supposed to because I'm a small person. My bones are small. So I started adding weight and I started growing out of the dress. It was like a dinner gown. And I kept this dress for many years. And every time I look, I tell myself, okay, don't worry, you're going to grow a little bit slimmer and you'll be able to wear
Hmm.
this dress.
Hmm.
I wore this dress in its lifetime like 2 times. I was never able to wear it again. One day I just said, you've got to go. You've
Yeah.
got to go. It was just occupying space and, it was sad. I didn't want, I kept it for maybe 15 years or something.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a long
Oh,
time.
thereabout, thereabout, you know. Anyway, so I guess, well, that's sometimes what happens.
True, very true. So emotions, your closet is everything. A lot of secrets is revealed in your closet. So emotion. So that's why I say do it with someone, because when you do it with someone, you lose the you lose that whole emotional touch that comes with it, especially if the person, and do it with not just anybody. Look for like the most objective person in your corner, or the most truthful, somebody who tell you the truth about it. Because if you put it on and it doesn't look good, she tells you no, it doesn't. Not somebody who's trying to just manage your emotions as they come. So yeah, do it with someone. Clean out your closet. That's the third step. Now the first step is to get into creation mode. So creation mode will be you're going to be recreating, and you're going to be getting inspiration from wherever. So maybe just drop a mini Pinterest board that helps you to put styles that inspire you in view. And once you can do that, sometimes these models, I won't call them models, but models that we see on all of these sites, sometimes they just wear a three-piece, maybe a shirt, a pants, and a jacket, and it looks like, wow, what's she putting on? You have a shirt in your closet, you have a pair of trousers in your closet, and you have a jacket in your closet. You just are not putting the three together, combining it and making it look nice, or you're not putting it on right. So that's why creation mode is good, because you're getting inspiration fresh off things that inspire you. Then look in your closet out of what's left and ask, how can I recreate these looks? So if you can recreate the looks, perfect. If you can't, then that will mean that you will need to be buying a couple of things. But I don't recommend you rush right into buying. Know what it is you want to project out there with your 3 words, and then get into creation mode before you know what you have available and what you don't have. Then you can start to buy. Then um, another thing I always recommend is in the mornings, like before you go out to work, take a mirror selfie. So just stand in front of the mirror, take a mirror selfie, and have a look at your phone and see just what you look like. If your mirror selfie in a week, like maybe after the end of the week, you go through your phone and check out the mirror selfies that you have, or the selfies that you have, and look out for patterns, because patterns always come through. There was a time I realized that I was always, when I walk into the shop, color white. My goodness. I would run there. I love white, first off. So, but I was under control. I think I have up to 8 white shirts or white blouses in my shirt. But that's not too much. I will still buy more. But the thing is, I won't buy the same. I would have to. So before I buy white now, I look out for defining features. What does this shirt have? Is it just a plain white shirt? Does it look like any of the ones I own? How is the fit? So I look out for the fit as well. Is it a packet shirt? Or does it have pleats and gathers? Does it have a belt? Does it have frills? So I look out for defining features that make it different from what I already have. The moment I'm able to establish those, then I start to think, what can I wear it with? How can I mix and match it? So before I click buy, I've done all that calculation in my head. And if I cannot defend it, I walk away. So if you're in those shoes, right, before you buy, when you do your mirror selfie, it kind of tells you what you're overstocked on and what you do not have. So if you're able to identify that, then you can shop better and have more interesting things in your closet. And lastly, there's something we call the elements of style. So there's the fit, there's the fabric, and then there's the function. So if you look at, I already mentioned how I get it. Okay.
Say that
Um,
again.
oh, the fit of an outfit, the fabric, and the function of the outfit. So if you can't think of where to wear it to, maybe don't buy it yet. A lot of people just have clothes in their closet that they have never worn and they don't even know where they are going to wear it to. The tags are still on. I always tease a friend of mine. I'm like, why do you have that clothes? You've had it for weeks, for months even, and you haven't worn it. I buy clothes because I want to wear it. I'm one of those people that I buy clothes today, I wear it tomorrow because I bought it to wear. I didn't buy it to
Yeah.
stock in my closet. Yes. So I think if you find the right fit, the function for the outfit, and the fabric, those can make a turning point in your style because um, so it's not about owning clothes now. There's a lot more. I could have all the clothes that I need, but I still just dress up and do not feel inspired. I don't feel good. Maybe it's the fit. Maybe you need to touch the shirt a little more. Maybe you need to free it. Sometimes it's tight. So there's also a difference between tight and fitted. So if it's fitted, you don't look tight makes you look clumsy actually. So fitted is better than tight, especially for some fabrics, yeah, and so for some body types. So there's a lot more that goes into styling than just owning clothes. Fabrics as well. For some people, they don't fabrics can also be have to do with the pattern. So for some people, um, thicker fabrics for skirts will look better than very light fabrics, right? So all of those things are elements of style. Then again, the function. So wearing your clothes to the function that it is suitable for is another thing to consider. So that's just me wrapping up quickly on how to get out of a style rut, how to erupt from a style rut. And after identifying that you're actually in a rut, there's some quick fixes that you can do. Or better still, if what I have stated is so ginormous, then maybe you book a stylist that you can work with to help you get out of the style rut.
Fantastic. Okay, quickly, I've not seen my countdown from IG, so let's run down through the points again. Number one, you said identify the category of, that you fall into when it comes to the style route you're talking
Yeah.
about, right? Okay, so please just go over them.
Okay. So identify the category that you're in and identify that it even exists because there's no solution without identifying that there's a problem. Now, reinvent yourself. So, in reinventing yourself, you're stating to yourself the kind of things that you want to be seen or noticed for. And that's where I came up with the three words. Um, what are your three words? What are the things that you want to portray when you step out? How do you want to be seen? And your three words will help you. So I gave an example. I'll just give another example. So um, edgy, classic, sophisticated. That's a three word. So it means that your closet would have a variety of all of these. It doesn't mean your closet cannot have simple, but the things that you are drawn to are these three things that I have just stated. Now, the next one is to clean out your closet. Your closet needs to be cleaned out. The fourth point is to get into creation mode. And creation mode is that point where you're getting inspiration. So you're drawing up inspiration from different things or different sites so that you can recreate those things using what you own, what you have existing in your closet. You always get into creation mode before you go shopping. Now, the next one will be to go to replace or to identify the things that are missing, the pieces that are missing, and you can make up for those, right? And then I also recommended that you do mirror selfies. So mirror selfies help you see your full view and also help you to monitor patterns. So if you're looking through your long week of outfits, you can see what your patterns are looking like. And then lastly, um, was to always to work with the elements of style. So that's the function, the fit, and the function, the fit, and the features of the outfits. Yeah.
Right. Thank you so much. I think it's all well simplified. And I think with all of these things, one can really bring some fun to what how one looks, especially nowadays that people judge us by the way we look. People galvanize towards us by the way we look. And I think sometimes, the look in itself, it shouldn't cost a lot. It's not expensive. It shouldn't be so, not until we wear things that are so expensive, and until then we feel we are not good enough or good looking enough or classy or we don't fit in. It has nothing to do with how expensive, our clothing lines are, but how we bring all of these things about your body type, how you want to look, the perception and, colors all comes together, to bring a great expression for us. So I think it's safe to put a wrap here, and I want to thank you very much. And what will be your parting word to someone?
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh,
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, you're back. Okay, your
Okay.
parting word.
Yeah,
Yes.
so yeah, so my parting word will be just make sure that you're sending the right vibes that you want to send. So make sure you're sending the vibes you want to send. I mean, if nothing wrong with saying I want to send slouchy, mom, lazy looking vibes. If that's what you want to send, then own it. So identify what you want to send, the kind of vibes you want to send, and then go into work mode. Lastly, there's nothing changes if you don't put any effort into it. So you're not going to wish that your style will change or that people will gravitate towards you because all of a sudden something happened. You're going to actually have to put some effort into it. There's no magic wand in this thing. You're going to own it, own the process of changing your style or upgrading your style or whatever it is, and then be intentional about it. So those are my parting words.
All right. Thank you very much. I guess, well, it's safe to put a wrap, right here and now. Maybe some other time we will get to talk about what makes us as men and women to be sexy. What is sexy at workplace and out of workplace? Yes.
Okay.
I like to discuss that, some other time. And then what makes maybe can there be a religious person who is sexy? We would like to I would like to have that conversation with you, some
I'd
other
love it.
time.
I'd love to.
So we'll work towards it. We'll give it a while and work towards it. Thank you
Okay,
very
that's
much,
fine.
Chinye.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's been great knowing you all this while. And I'm also delighted to say that I'd also worked with you on one of my trainings as a personal stylist. It's really great to be identified with your brand. Thank you so much for
Thank
coming on
you.
board today.
Thank you so much, Lady Gwen. Thank you for trusting me always. I'm looking forward to our next session. I would love to have that topic with you.
We'll work
Yeah.
towards it, I promise you. All
Okay.
right, so in case you've been joining us, this has been it, from my guest talking about Chinye Amadi-Emina. She's been talking about what things we need to do to bring in that flavor, that excitement, that life, color, into our wardrobe, into how we look and how people perceive us. Because when we walk into the room, we want to walk, into a space and not be forgotten. We want to walk into a place and be identified with. And we want to walk into a place knowing that we are all winners. And that's what we've done today, on Let's Talk with Lady Gwen. I thank you very much for joining me on this live feed today. I can't begin to mention names because I saw incredible, great people in the media, publishers, friends and advertisement. Everyone joined. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And remember, I will be having another live session on Thursday with my guest. She's the CEO of Jam's Coconut Foods Company. And I hope you'll be there. It's going to be 7 o'clock on Thursday. So every now and then, I get to do this, okay? God bless you and do have yourself a great week ahead of you. My name is Lady Gwine. In case you like to be on my feed for anything at all, please do send me a DM or I DM and I will respond, or one of my team members will respond to you. So do have yourself a good evening and a great week ahead of you. God bless you. Bye.